Hey guys, now in today's video we're taking a look at the Oladance OWS Pro. Now these are open style earbuds as you can see here, and I would put these in the premium category. They have fantastic battery life, like crazy good battery life. They sound great too, and we're going to do an EBP Man style audio and call quality test. So let's go ahead and check them out and see if these are going to be your next open earbuds. I'll tell you one thing, this is a spoiler. You can use these all day. They feel incredibly good. No stress, and I'll tell you, they look good too. Let's get right to it. Now, the Oladance OWS Pro have fantastic battery life. We're talking about 16 hours of battery life, and you heard that right, 16 hours. I tend to use these one at a time, so I don't have them both on the same at the same time, just one, which means it extends the use of this to a full day and then some. With the case, you're going to get 58 hours, and if you happen to run out of battery life, 15 minutes, that's all it takes. 15 minutes is going to give you a 6-hour charge. Pretty spectacular. Now, they have some fantastic drivers, dual 23x10 drivers that give these a warmer sound signature than I would find most of the open ear earbuds that I have tested before. And these actually sound really, really good. Listening to audiobooks, listening to music, has a really nice warm sound to it. Bluetooth 5.3. It also has something I don't see quite often in earbuds, a direct on and off button. Literally, they have a physical little on button that you're going to see, an off button, that if you press and hold, you're going to turn them on. They also have a focus mode, which attempts to give you almost like if it was like a noise canceling capability, but it's kind of hard to do because you can see that these don't go in your ear. They have multi-point technology, and they also have an IPX4 rating, which means that you're going to be able to use these when you're working out. So let's take a closer look at the earbuds. We'll go into our tests, and you'll see why you will want to consider these because they feel that good. Now, in the box, you're going to have your earbuds, and they come in a super large case. It's probably one of the largest cases we've seen for an open-style earbud in quite a long time. And the thing that I'll highlight about these is that the case, while it's large, it's not wireless charging, which is kind of disappointing, especially at the price point. You also didn't have a USB-C cable in the back for charging. These will not fly out. They are magnetic, and they have a unique look. You know, while we have looked at various open ear earbuds, and they're kind of like my preference. I prefer wearing open ear style because they're just fatigue free. You can use them all day, and I'm on calls all day. So I love the actual fit of this type of earbud. Now, you'll notice here that they have a really interesting look. These basically have a large, again, speaker here. This has like a pinch. This is how you get these to work. So it has different functions that you pinch. It's not, I don't put them so much as a physical button, but they're touch buttons, but you're going to be doing some pinching to get things going. Now, also then what you have, and let me make sure we can get a close up. What you'll notice is right here, there is a power button, a power symbol. You're going to press that and hold it to turn it on and off, which makes it really convenient for me because if I am, let's say, away from the house and I want to just turn these off for whatever reason, I can press and hold that, or I can press and hold to turn them on. So I really like the way that works. So let me show you what they look like on. I'm going to grab these both. I'm going to put them on, and I'm going to slip them on, and you can see, you know, even with my glasses on, they go on. And you can see, here's the glass, the glasses, the leg right here, and you can see how this takes around the cartilage of my ear. And all it does is it just rests there, hooks there. It's not heavy enough where you feel pressure or any kind of weight or fatigue, and that's what I really like about these. So let me go ahead and look straight so you can see. They stand out a little bit because they're white, but I'll turn to the right, and I'll turn to the left. Right? Now, how's the fit? Like I said, super comfortable. But the one thing that I found in particular is that, have you ever experienced having an earbud that feels like it's going to fall out, but then it doesn't? And you're like, wait a minute, is it going to fall? Is it going to fall? Well, sometimes I feel that with these. Depending on the position that I'm in, I feel like it's going to come off, and I'm fearful that it is, but they haven't yet. And it could be the way they're balanced, or it could be also the way my ears are. But that would be the only negative thing that I would say. I haven't lost one yet. They haven't come out. I've laid back, like if you're going to do a bench press, that's fine. I've run with them, you're fine. Bike for sure. But they feel like they can fly away. And maybe it's because of this. You see how this stuff does like this? Let me hit it like that. You can see how that moves right there. That's the piece that if I don't have really big loops right here, my earlobes aren't really that large, so they don't really hold it down. But that would be the thing. Once they're back there, they're okay. But if they're not back there, then that's when I feel that. So outside of that, that's would be my only complaint or area of feedback. The other thing I would say is that when they're playing loud, if you're playing them loud, someone can hear, and that's something that you deal with all open earbuds. They're open, right? And that's what happens. They do have an EQ in the app. This is how you're going to update the firmware. But I find that when I think about the mids, highs, and the bass, there's bass that is present, but it's not head knocking. And I find that, in general, the sound signature is kind of warm, but I don't really find that, how can I put it, that as you're modifying the EQ, that I'm getting that much difference from setting to setting. I really enjoy these, and as I'm listening to music or watching movies, I go like, wow, I can really feel that these have more richness, but it's not going to be the same as if you had an in-ear earbud.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different, still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments, doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors, they kinda tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with the way we are and the way we lose it.
Now, next we're going to do a call quality test of the Oldance OWS Pros in a quiet environment. If we take a look at our decibel readings, around 44 decibels of noise. It's going to switch. Now, this is what the Oldance OWS Pros would sound like in a quiet environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Let's add some wind. Now, this is what the Oldance OWS Pros would sound like with wind in the environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now, we've added significant noise to the environment. If you look at our decibel readings, it's going to be anywhere between 50 and 77 decibels of noise. What we're going to do is we're going to switch to the Oldance OWS Pros. We're going to stay quiet to see how much is canceled, and we'll continue with the audio test. Let's go ahead and switch. Now, this is what the Oldance OWS Pros would sound like in a noisy environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now, if you're wondering what they sound like with an infant crying in the background, well, this is what they'll sound like with an infant crying. Now, if you're wondering what they'll sound like with the dog barking in the background, this is what they're going to sound like with the dog barking. Now, if you're wondering what they'll sound like with the doorbell ringing, this is what they're going to sound like with the doorbell ringing. So, guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.